Airbnb, Booking.com, and all those platforms. So what you need to do now is to realize that long-term rental on the property is not working. Now, what you need to be doing is first determining, is it in an estate? Do they allow Airbnb? They allow Airbnb. So what you need to be doing, because you are fortunate that the estate where the property is, they allow Airbnb, and Durban North is one of the most booming places when it comes to holidaying. Even when we go to Durban as a team for the It's More Than Just Money, a business and property seminar, we get our Airbnbs around Durban North, Mhlanga, Palito, what's the last area? Mdloti. We stayed in Mdloti the other time. So that area in and of itself is booming when it comes to being a holiday destination. So get furniture, put it up on Airbnb. You're not going to lose anything. Already you are in the red. So the best way to bounce back is now turn it into a short-term rental in the form of an Airbnb. So you can start generating now daily income on the property.
And this time, do your numbers. Know that Airbnb requires full-time care. You may need to hire somebody who changes the sheets on a daily basis. So the numbers and the considerations are very different, but it can be lucrative. Perhaps you need to meet my good friend, Witness, sit down with him. He's 10 days.
I charge 5,000 per hour.
Yeah.
But I'm the right person. I can help you.
My name is Mabaseka from Soweto. I work for Ekasino Property Development.
You must say I own Ekasino.
No. So basically,
that's where she's heading.
So my comment before Mogobe, I commend you very much, and I thank all about the witness for bringing such people like you today, because it's very rare. As a Khanzi, the property developer or people that own the buildings, 37 scrapers and all of that. So for those who don't know you, Nick Cooper, maybe if it's possible just to share your journey of buying the land, the rezoning process, how was it? Is it difficult like most South Africa more where, sometimes, the deeds office in Johannesburg, Nesabireki, a few weeks ago, almost to 6 weeks, the people were not working there. So there's so many challenges in South Africa for property development. So as of today, I just want to say thank you for attending such events, because some of us are being inspired with your beautiful wife. The family part that the witness was speaking about, I'm also inspired. So I pray for that as well.
Mr. Momp, your story, are you going to go on Mogobe Plaza?
Now I'll quickly just summarize and answer and just say, look, I'm happy to be with her. She's, given me 3 lovely children, 2 boys and 1 girl. The boys are 30 and 25, and the girl is almost 20. And it's beautiful to have that situation and to have all of them involved in the family, which I think is the most desirable position. And when I look at my mentors, I mentioned the 3 mentors that I have, all of them, without exception, have done the same. So it's a blueprint that I believe works, and I would encourage all of you to take the advice of Zbu when he said, bring your children along, force them to attend those meetings when you can still control them. They will thank you later. That's what we are having. But in terms of the process of land acquisition in Botswana, it's involved. You need to obviously look at zoning. Yes, we have our own devils. We do wrestle some alligators and some crocodiles in terms of dealing with bureaucracy sometimes. We did, in 2022, for instance, there was a change in the legislation, the infrastructure of the tribal land, which is as you know, the Gaborone as a city has spilled over to tribal areas like Tlokweng and Kweneng, and as well as Khatleng, 3 tribes around us, and as well as Ramotso, actually 4. So what that means is that tribal land or land boards are in charge of a lot of our land. So with the amendment of the Tribal Land Act in 2022, where they changed certain provisions to make sure that everything goes through the land boards, our transfer process has become tedious and laborious. And you cry about your processes here in South Africa, but we are crying. I mean, there are land activists and there are people who are toying on this issue. There's a guy called Sisini who's always shaking the public and dealing with bureaucracy on that. So we do have our problems. Sometimes if we are to swap problems between Botswana and South Africa, I give you my problems, you'll say, no, take your problems back. You might end up saying that. But having said that, with that attitude of grit, which I talked about, that attitude of persistence, that attitude of looking at the goal, because the obstacles will always be there. You have to accept them as part of the game. So zoning, yes, it's involved. Getting the land board to get those approvals, it's a very taxing, laborious exercise. You need competent lawyers, obviously, in place. You need also yourself to have your staff trained in dealing with land boards and so on. But it is quite an exercise. There is, of course, the issue of development plans, where some people purchase land without checking what the intended development plan is that has been gazetted. And if there's anything that I want to emphasize, which I teach very strongly about, is the importance of not just relying on the title reflected on your title deed or your certificate or on your lease, but also checking the development plan at the relevant office. What is the office where you can check development plans? At town and country planning. Town and country planning is very, very important. So we do have those problems, but after you've been at it for 2-3 decades, you kind of get used to it and get to deal with the challenges as you go along.
After 3 decades, we'll take. We have a good 10 minutes left, so we're gonna take 2 questions this side. There's 5 questions that side. So maybe let's just make it quick and brief. Direct your question to Mr. Mogobe or witness. Be as clear as you can.
Good day, everyone. It's Mogobe from Victoria.
From who? You have to be specific, so we are short. Like she was just advising you to be direct.
Okay. Property, but